Hey, what's up, guys? Real quick, sitting here on the 8R410. It is nasty outside. You can barely see in front of you. I got some wells too I got to really watch out for in this place. I went and blade plowed some stubble ground that we had. It's a new piece of ground that the Deere leased for the first time last year, and the previous farmer had, I want to say it was Milo on it. But I went and blade plowed that. We're going to try to get it to hold over through summer, keep the weeds down. I don't want it to turn to powder because we don't want it blown away. That's why I use the blade plow. I've got to go. This is kind of funny. My dad brought me lunch earlier, and he can't figure out how to get the caps off the diesel tank, off the trailer. So I've got to take his pickup to the farm, get my pickup and the diesel tank, come over and fill up. Probably going to run pretty hard tonight. There's pretty good chances of rain here in about 4 or 5 days. I've only got about 700-800 acres to go across, so I should be able to knock it out pretty comfortably in 3 days. So just thought I'd give you guys an update. Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry about the wind. I just got back with the fuel trailer. We're gonna fill the tractor up. It's not easy to do with one hand. Get this thing topped off, top it off with Blue Death, and then we'll get back after it. You guys know the saying, if it ain't one thing, it's another. I was doing a little walk around while I'm filling up, and it appears I have lost a bolt out of the hitch. So I gotta go back to the freaking barn and get another one. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Hey guys, thought I'd shoot a quick POV video. Finally, everything's going smoothly, it seems like, knock on wood. Couple days ago, or I guess last week, I had a couple bearings go out, and then I had a flat on this plow. This is our 40-foot Quinn-Star blade plow. It is really nice because you can actually run through bindweed with it. Whereas if you try to run over some of these fields and they got a lot of bindweed, if you try to run over them with like a sweep plow or something, it balls up on the sweeps real bad. And so like a lot of the time we end up having a disc more than we like. But right now we're running the blade plow. It's doing a really phenomenal job. This circle and 3 others. Let's see, yeah, this one's a 250 half circle. And then I've got 3 full 120 acre circles that I've got to do in the next couple days. All 4 of these circles were chiseled. Actually, we had manure put on first, then we chiseled them. And then I disced them here a few months ago. Couple months back, and so now we're just kind of doing the last plowing before we plant. And there's quite a bit of moisture. The blade plow's doing really good. I don't have it in the ground very deep. This tractor really is kind of overkill for this plow. I think this tractor could pull a 52 footer pretty easily. I'm only burning about 10 gallons an hour right now. I've pulled this thing 300 acres in the last couple days, and so far on this field I've done 60 acres and it's a 250, so I got 190 to go. But yeah, everything's going smooth. As soon as I get all this layout done, I'm hoping that they'll let me plant the corn right behind that rain. If we get the rain. Hopefully we get the rain. If not, we might have to pre-water some. I hate pre-watering. I think it stinks. But you got to do what you got to do. So anyways, just checking in. Catch you later. So this is where the GPS comes in really handy, because I literally cannot see in front of me. Morning, guys. Just got to the farm. Gonna grab the fuel trailer real quick. Need to get my Milwaukee grease gun out of the barn. Get a couple extra tubes of grease. I think I'm running low. And head to the field. Something that's really cool about these Thunder Creek trailers is that the jack is actually hydraulic, and so it makes it super nice. It even locked all by itself. Excellent. I gotta get some blue def. Getting pretty low. There's not much in there. Hey guys, just got to the tractor. Believe it or not, here in Texas, this is like the first morning that I can remember in the last 2 or 3 weeks that we didn't have a red flag warning. It's actually really nice. So I'm gonna get this thing started up, warming up, go grab the grease gun, grease all the treaders, coulters, and get started. Hey, so real quick, something that's really nice about these newer tractors, this is the second tractor we have that has this. They have mini fridges on them now. And so you can put your water, sandwiches, whatever you want in there, and it really does keep everything really cold. It's really nice option. So, I ran DeWalt for years. And I finally broke down the other day. We didn't have a DeWalt in stock, and I bought a Milwaukee, and I gotta say, I'm extremely impressed. This thing has a deal on it to where you can set how many pumps you want to go. So like if I set this on 8, it'll shoot 8 pumps of grease into the shirt. I think it goes all the way to like 50. Yeah, really cool. And it's extremely fast. It's a 2-speed. I think the newer DeWalts are like that now. None of mine were like that. I've got, I think this is my third DeWalt. And they all did really well. Like, I have no complaints since DeWalt. I didn't have one in stock at the time, and I didn't want to wait. We were having trouble getting them in. So, really impressed with the Milwaukee, though. Gosh, I cannot believe these are that dry. I like to grease them every day, but I only did that 120, and then yesterday, I guess I did about 210. I guess I did over 300 acres. So maybe I should have greased it yesterday around lunchtime. I don't know. It's crazy. Hey, what's up, guys? Just getting started. I got the plow all greased up, and of course my line was off by 3 feet, so I recentered. It's really pretty this morning, but it is starting to get breezy again. So I don't know. Dad was gonna try to spray a little bit this morning. Yeah, good old Texas wind. But other than that, I'm hoping today's uneventful. I'd really like to get some acres knocked out. Yesterday I ended up doing like 115 acres of this circle. That's what it's showing. I should finish this here in a few hours, and then I'll switch to another 120. Hopefully knock it out today also. That'd be a pretty good hard day. Probably looking at 8 or 9 o'clock tonight. So should be good. Hey, so quick update. I've only got about 60 acres left on this 250, and Casey just came over. She's bringing me a burger for lunch, and so I'm gonna move my pickup real quick. The next circle's only about a mile from here. It's a really short drive. Drop this thing off, eat some lunch, and then start knocking out that 120. And then tomorrow I'll only have 2 120s to go. Depending on if I can get a ride tonight and I can get moved, we'll just see how it goes. Alright guys, GPS says I've got 6 rounds left. That was number 7. As you can see, I'm almost finished. Done with the 250. All I gotta do is my ends. As soon as I get my ends done, I'll be moving to that other circle. And yeah, getting closer and closer to being finished. I'll have all the layout ready. And yeah, it's going good. It's been good. Had a good cheeseburger for lunch today. Casey brought me. It's good. Good stuff. I don't know if you guys can see that, but right there and back over here is a big old chunk of concrete. And sometimes it happens, the dairy, when they're scraping pins, they'll get into one of the bunks or something, so I really got to watch out. But I'm going to pick these up, put them on the plow, take them to the end of the field. I don't want to run over them with the planter. So I'm on my second round. I'm probably going to pull up to the fuel trailer and go ahead and fill up. I'm down to about half a tank, and I've burned probably a third of my Blue Def. Get this thing filled up, and then should be no more stops unless I got to use the porta potty. So yeah, 120 acres, 30 acres an hour. I got about 4 hours. I should be done around 7. The only kicker is it's probably going to be closer to 8 because I'm going to have to move that pivot. And that's going to take a little while, especially at the angle I'm at right now. So that's the only downside. But other than that, it should go pretty smooth. I know it's windy, but I was going to show this. One of the joys of farming is picking up hitchhikers. I'm going to try to see if I can untangle without having to get the cutters out. Lovely day. Alright guys, so I got the wire off, but then I noticed I've got a bearing going out. So I got my 2 3/4. I'm going to try to knock this out. I would record this, but it's so dang windy here. So I'm going to get this knocked off, see if Dad's got one at the barn. If not, I'll have to run a Napa. Alright, so these bolts right here are being a pain. So I got the big boy out. Alright, so I'm back at the dairy. I got super lucky. Dad actually had 1 bearing on the shelf, and I had to order 3 for spares. And they won't be here till Friday. But just to show you guys, this is the new one. It's nice and tight. This is the old one. She's been rode hard. So right now, I just got orders from our cutter that he can't be here for a week. And with all this wind we've been having, we discussed it for a minute. I'm going to put like a 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch out on Dad's farm at the home place. We're not going to run it we're going to run it pretty fast actually. And so right now what I'm doing is I'm kicking all the wells on. We're going to build up pressure, and then Dad is going to run around and check everything, make sure everything's on for me. And then I'll go ahead and start the sprinkler moving. And I calculated a while ago, at 15%, it'll take about 70 hours, which would put it, probably Friday about 2 o'clock, it should finish making the rounds. For those of you that don't know, this is called Field Net. It's by Lindsay Zamatic, and for the longest time, for like 1.5 years, it didn't work, and then they came out and did some kind of update the other day, and it halfway works. We still have to go around and check every well manually right now, which kind of sucks. I've got well number 1 and well number 5 that are not they're not working. They say they're connected, but they're not working on my phone, and I've got to order in with the pump house to come check it out. So 9 wells to make 4,500 gallons. I'm just kidding, we don't have 4,500 gallons. Alright, I got all that on, and then here in a minute, hopefully Dad will send me a text and tell me to go ahead and start the pivot. Alright, got the last well on. And then, let's see. This is the pivot we're starting. I've got it stopped. I use this, and sometimes this works. It'll kick all the wells on, but sometimes it doesn't. And like today, it didn't really work, so I went ahead and went through there and just manually turned each one on. But I'm going to run it 15%. It shows it'll be about almost 3/4 of an inch and 70 hours. But with this wind, I don't think we'll get nearly that much on the ground. Most of it's going to blow away. All right, back to putting the bearing on. Wish me luck. So I hate shooting video in the wind, but I'm either going to put this in the video or I won't. This is what I'm dealing with. It was this left outside one, and this is basically the assembly. I just got to tighten these up, put this bracket back on over here where it hangs, and obviously slide on the shaft first, and then put all my pieces back on. when I take stuff apart like this, I like to put it in order just to make sure I get it all back on there right. So, all right, here's to it. Hey guys, so I got the bearing fixed. I've been running for a little while. Decided to eat an apple and a peach, a few crackers. I don't know why the bearings keep going out on this plow. I mean, I grease them religiously, and I use that red and tacky by Lucas. I think that's a really good grease. We used to always run Mystic JT6. I still run Mystic. We sell more Mystic than any grease we have in the store. But I just really like that red and tacky. It seemed like on some of these older plows, especially on the treader bearings, it would just stay better. And like the next morning or that afternoon, when I greased everything, it didn't take as many grease pumps. So I just feel like it stays in the bearing a little better. They're both good greases though. The only thing I can figure out is this plow, we kind of put it up there for a while. The Deere didn't have as much farm ground as they do now. And so like a lot of times, everything up until about the middle of last year, we would double crop everything religiously. We had to because the dairy needed the feed. And so now that they've acquired so much more land, they've pretty much doubled in size in the last, I'd say, 12 to 18 months. They bought a really big place right next to the dairy. It's got really good water. It had 3 pivots and 700 gallons. They drilled 5 new wells, and all those new wells are about 220 to 250 a piece. So they're going to easily have, a good 15 to 1600 gallons. I'm assuming. I think those wells will drop off like they all do. Here where we live, you can pump 600 gallons for 4 or 5 days, but then they start dropping off. They'll settle at 550, 500 gallons. But yeah, this dang plow, I don't know. It sat for a long time because we quit using it, and what we were doing is since we were double cropping, as soon as the crops would come off, they would go in, we'd spread manure on everything, and then we'd go in and chisel, and then we'd disc, and then if it needed a second disking, we'd disc a second time, and then we'd plant. And we did that for years. I mean, years we did that. I've been through, I think that 50-foot blue disc that I've got now, it's a Landall. I want to say it's 4 years old now, and it's the 4th one we've had. And it's 50 foot on 7.5 inch space. It does a really good job. But we did that for the longest time. This is the first year since I can remember that we actually had a layout. There's a big, nice wiper circle over here that's got 1,400 gallons. It's 270 acres. It's a half circle. And I don't think it's been in layout in probably 10 years. That's how long it's just been back to back to back. And so this summer we're gonna leave it layout and then just go back to trip with it this fall. And then possibly rotate corn back in and then lay it out in fall of next year. That way we can go back to a corn crop on layout. So yeah, it's just been interesting. But that's why we kind of put this plow up. And I noticed the other day when I greased it, it had a lot of water in some of the bearings. And even though it's under that shed, sometimes when you get these West Texas winds, that water can just blow right in there. And since we leave everything folded up, I think it gets down inside those bearings. I don't know. Kind of annoying. I'm running on a little luck right now because I don't have any more of those bearings. It's kind of a specialty bearing, and I don't even know if John Deere carries them. So I'm hoping that this thing stays together. I'm gonna finish this 120 tonight, and then in the morning I'll come over early. I'll fill the tractor up tonight, grease it, have it 100% ready to roll in the morning. I'll move to the second of the last 120, knock it out. I've got to do lunch with my dad and Casey tomorrow, and then after lunch, I'm hoping I can finish before lunch and I can just take the dang tractor to his place, because his place is going to be the last 120 I've got to plow, and I'm hoping to get that knocked out, all of it tomorrow. And then today we made a decision. This field, the previous farmer really let the ruts get super deep. That's why I'm having to go so slow right now. And I'm going to bring our 40-foot float over here, and I'm actually going to float it. And try to smooth it out. We have a track filler, but this place is so bad, I don't think it'll work. So that's why I'm just gonna bring that float over where it's real bad on this one end. I'm gonna float these real heavily, and then just float the whole field one time and just hope that it doesn't blow. It's been so stinking windy here though, I'm just really worried about it. But the dairyman wants to do it because we got it stuck so many times in the corn last year. It was just awful, and I think they got it stuck twice. Just moving it, just not even any water coming out of it. So it was a bad deal. But the previous farmer, he never floated or filled anything in, so he didn't really take care of the field just too well. So, but it's an easy fix. It's more acres for me. It keeps adding up. I got a lot on my plate right now. So far, I've only been delivered enough corn for 2 circles, and I'm hoping that our other seed guy brings the rest of it this week. I really need to get it in the barn so that I got everything together. Most likely Thursday I'll bring that float over, get this floated, get it knocked out, and then Friday I'm hoping is going to be my planter day. I'm going to go ahead and hook up to the planter, put it on this 410 for the first time. I think I'm going to plant everything with it. I need to get a new USB and pull all the fields off that 8360 and put them on here. I did make sure I have swath control on this tractor today. It is active. American Implement really hooks me up with that. Old Brad Mitchell, good guy. But anyways, yeah, that's how my day's been so far. And those bearings are easy to fix. I think it's kind of fun, but man, when you're trying to push and trying to get done, it's a pain. It really ticks me off because, you know, I'm the only owner operator really. For those things to go out like that, it really kind of ticks you off. Try not to cuss on this channel because my kids watch it all the time. So anyways, yeah. Oh, and I started Dad's pivot earlier. They're not going to cut that for another week, so we're going to put 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch. I don't know, I recorded some video of me starting everything up from my phone. I've got that field net. It's pretty handy when it works. So anyways, just thought I'd check in. Probably going to be here for, gosh, probably another at least 2 hours. So it'll be late. We'll get home around 10 or 11 tonight. It's alright. We're getting her done, getting her knocked out. They kind of took a bunch of the rain changes out this weekend, but I think we still have pretty good rain changes next week. So I was hoping we'd get blessed, be really lucky. Oops. Get to actually plant the drop my camera. I was hoping we would actually get to plant the corn behind a rain, but right now it's not looking too promising. So we still have moisture though, since we got that big 3.5 inch rain. So I'm hopeful. So we'll see. Alrighty guys, I'll catch you on the next one. So I thought I'd shoot a quick video. This is what those tracks look like. And the last one, the end tower, is even the worst. So I gotta go real slow and just kind of creep across it and hope that it doesn't mess up my plow. We don't let them get that deep on our farms. Hey guys, so it is almost 9:40. Can't believe it's already almost 9:40. That bearing set me back a good 1.5 to 2 hours. Just finishing up, turned on the lights. I don't know, it's probably around 9 o'clock. It's getting pretty dark. Just finishing up this last little bit here, and then I'll be done. I'm already almost back to the truck. This is the last round, so gonna go home, shower, eat, sleep, do it all over again tomorrow. I think I got up right before my alarm went off, so it was like a little before 5:30. So I've been up, I don't know, 16, 17 hours, 15 hours? 16 going on 17, I think. I don't know, I can't do math right now, I'm tired. But yeah, got this circle knocked out, had that one setback with the bearing. I'm hoping everything goes really good tomorrow because I'm going to move the tractor from here to the next field. I am going to go ahead and grease it and fill it up, top my blue def off, even though I could probably make it across that other circle and just fill up when I get to Dad's, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it now. So yeah, that's about it. That's all I got. Appreciate all the comments, the likes, the subs. Hope you guys like this content. If you do, let me know. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, shoot me a comment. I'd be glad to help. Thanks, guys. See ya. So, you want to know how I know I'm tired? For the last 2 hours, I've been dead set on coming to the truck, getting the fuel trailer, filling up with fuel, and then greasing the blade plow. But either somebody stole the fuel trailer off my truck, or when I went to the barn earlier to get that bearing, I dropped the fuel trailer off. Have a good night. Oh, come on. It died. You gotta be kidding me. Had you left. That's the way it goes. If it's not one thing, it's another. Alright, let's see. Put this up. Throw all this away here in a minute. Oh, I want to get that on my shirt. Alright, I hadn't had this dude out in a while. Let's see. Alright, where are we at? Alright. The wall. Hey, hey. Nice. I'm done. Done for the day. Alright. I gotta get all my stuff off the tractor, unload trash, and then head home.